Hello everyone, Agion here with another company to replay. Spawn the south side as a Soviet player. We have Sardfly at Carlidoc. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Spawn north side as another name I can't really pronounce. Uh, Itaperuna? Altamperia? I have no idea. Why do I always get these replays that have very hard to pronounce names? By the way, this is Austria versus Soviet match. See slightly. There we go. And we have conscripts versus Grenadier and MG42. Pretty standard from both sides. Urban defense tactics immediately called on in. Perhaps he's going to eye to get this church as a forward Lord HQ. The stone building will make it very durable. It will have to be burnt down most likely by pioneers or by flame half track. He's probably play very aggressively for the central building. Another alternative building is right here, another powerful building. A bit farther back, but much safer and less likely to be burnt down, and also stone as well. See, the forward headquarters doesn't have a forward retreat point. Is 40 fuel, 250 manpower, and requires 1 command point. So this building is receiving quite a bit of fire from the MG. We'll probably not utilize that building as a forward headquarters. Conscripts run behind this heavy cover. Heavy cover will reduce the incoming suppression. And the conscripts are trying to stay in this building. Is he really going to try to go for this building? Not a good idea. There's also a big dead spot right there. Looks like these units are finally suppressed. Be unsuppressed because they killed off the gunner. And now this unit is very close to going down. Does get suppressed right there. Crack does go down, but the Grenadiers here, which will make a guaranteed win. But losing the MG42 is quite problematic, though Pioneers can always recapture it. Looks like he's going to use the Grenadiers, however. Fuel being captured by the Soviet player. Quite a bit of sandbags, barbed wire, trying to deny the cover that he's trying to generate for himself. Conscripts will be spotted, will be attacked by the Grenadiers, forcing back, sustaining a bit of damage. Decides to go behind this heavy cover here. Very good spot. We got combat engineers. He is approaching the 1 CP for our forward headquarters. The Grenadier and Mad MG42 is setting on up. Oh, and looks like the combat engineers will get out of the arc now, but they are suppressed. Do get out of suppression because there's only one brief burst. He most likely will be suppressed again because this guy is out, but no, he actually straight out killed that guy. Conscripts still behind the heavy cover. Looks like they're hitting the Pioneer squad and not the Grenadier squad. MG has lost a man. We do got conscripts moving forward. Go to the far edge. Does kill off the gunner right there. Grenadiers behind the light cover. Actually, there's some heavy cover there. There's actually a rock. Good defensive spot, especially for an MG. The conscript should overwhelm it. This one, do not believe he's actually getting flanking shots off. But these bushes all provide omnidirectional cover. These Grenadiers will now are close enough that the cover is denied by the squad of conscripts. Does force retreat back with both these squads lacking the healing at the moment. Getting battle phase 1. Does have medics back at home as well. Squad of Grenadiers in peril, but well, he won't go down. We got Grenadiers behind the heavy cover here, so should win out against the conscripts. Combat engineers only have 2 windows firing, but not fighting against anybody in cover at the moment. Now 2 squads are behind cover. Combat engineers could go ahead and stall for the other flamer combat engineer, doing quite a bit of good damage right there. Does hop in the building, does get another nice burst off there. MG42 set up, Grenadier rifles are supporting as well. Monsters are fully healed up. He doesn't have not. He needs to. For the forward headquarters to work, it needs to be a target within his own territory. So he cannot capture that church at the moment.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Bottle Fresca. What's quite weird with the green screen. I don't know, I just love that. It just looks so cool to me. Our troops are out on the field. Still no forward headquarters. He can always build one of the combat engineers. Right here may be a good position once he gets some support weapons. Maxim or M42s, Zis, mortars, the like. Let's spot the MG the good old-fashioned way. Does throw out smoke to cover himself. G42 is set up once again. Grenadiers are coming to reinforce. And shock troops go ahead and fall on back. Tried to go for the sea capture point, but was unsuccessful. Ooh, Panzer Grenadiers out on the field. Both sides focusing heavily on infantry. There's enough fuel for the Soviet player to tech up. Let's see. The austere player does not have Battle Phase 2. Grenadiers behind this cover, both behind heavy cover, should ward away these conscripts, no issue. We do have the M42 set up as well as a mortar half-track. The mortar half-track is quite a good option. A lot of heavy cover for it to provide, preventing any sort of assault onto it. Panzer Grenadiers could use the heavy cover right there, but decides just to engage the conscripts with a one window side. Conscripts will bail out, decides to retreat entirely. That's probably a good idea. We got MG40 Grenadiers coming on forward. Tried to lay down a landmine, but was unsuccessful. Could go for booby traps instead. They are much more powerful than a single AT mine, but they're more expensive as well. Looks like the M42 is trying to force fire to ground on where the mortar half-track is. Does get a penetrating hit there. Rolls another miss. Rolls another miss there. Mortar half-track so far has been unsuccessful. Hasn't done all too much damage. Reinforcing Grenadiers should be able to secure this point with little issue. But there are the two conscripts moving on forward, but there's one LMG on one of these squads. So I would generally say the Grenadiers should be able to pan out better. We do have... Oh, here, rifle grenade. Rolls a big miss. Nice dodge. Or half-track does get a nice little splash right there. And the conscripts go eye for this church. There's 4 windows right there to be utilized. So that's a very good building, very good angle for the conscripts. However, they're just outmatched. Way too many Grenadiers in the area, and the mortar half-track can easily displace them as well. No signs of Lord HQ as well. Had an opportunity for the church, but I just been able to secure it up while with the command points. Could see a Maxim. That may be not half bad, but with the mortar half-track that can get easily displaced. 3 squads of Grenadiers. Relatively similar composition. 3 conscripts shock, 3 Grens, and a Panzer Grenadier. Nice flare mine. 2 flare mines. I love flare mines. They're way effective. Yep, 10 munitions to kill off 1 model, or 1 landmine costs 30 munitions to kill off 2 models. The flare mines are so nice, especially for conscripts as well, seeing they're available for them. Those draw smoke right there, but he's heavily suppressed, and the LMG Grenadiers will continue their suppression. M42 is now moving forward with equipped with HE rounds. Rolls a miss there. Rolls another miss. I think that hit the conscripts. It's firing uphill. It may not look like it, but it is firing uphill. It needs to sort of fire downhill to get a better chance to actually hit stuff. Set up once again. There is a building here for the conscripts. They're only firing out 2 windows apparently. Ooh, some nice hits there. And will decrew the M42. We have a landmine being built right there. And next mortar, ooh, the Grenadiers need to fall back. He can re-secure the M42. T-34, that is actually something I very much like to see. The T-34 right now will provide excellent field presence, and looks like that 1 Grenadier, I think it only had 1 model, actually went down entirely. Didn't think it would. I mean, it had plenty of health when he started retreating away, but it looks like he went down right there. Luckily, there must be some good hits by the conscripts. Do we have a PaK-40? PaK-40 would be a very necessary option when the T-34 comes out.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. A PaK gun is ready for orders.
Our troops will throw out a frag, but he looks like there's a nice dodge right there. When the model's a bit sluggish, does get splashed quite a bit. T-34 has been spotted. Pioneers looks like did swept that mine. The Pioneers need to get out of there. He can't be forward to losing it. There's a mortar hit there. Looks like no, they don't have an AT grenade. Doesn't have that research. Oh. There is teller mines right next to a TM-35. If the T-34 hits that teller, it will definitely detonate the TM-35, but may outright kill the T-34 as well. Inadvertently, the same thing can happen to any infantry squad the austere player sends. It's the Soviet landmine, and teller mine will explode and probably kill off any infantry squad. I don't think the teller mine is constrained to the 2 model maximum because it's only triggers by vehicles, so most likely will wipe any squad that hits that TM-35.
We are losing a sector.
We have enough fuel for Panzer IV, but does not have the structure. Does have the tech. T-34 so far has not really had any opposition out on the field. The PaK gun hasn't got any shots into it as well. Panzerfaust came in way too early.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
M42 set up in a nice position in AP mode. No targets really to engage other than the half-track. Another T-34 is coming on out. At this point, I personally probably would have saved up for the KV-2. However, he's seeing how successful his T-34 is. I don't blame him. A second T-34 would be quite powerful. And probably a better option than the KV-2, honestly. Even though as much as I would like to say, save up for one. Looks like a landmine right there. Didn't see what type it was. Probably Soviet? Ak-40 has set up, but will be warded away by the shock troops. We do got the Grenadiers over here. Will force away the engineers, preventing the repairs. Quite nice. We got the shock troops now engaged in very close range, forcing those Grenadiers back. This Grenadier will go ahead and soft retreat. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. Oh. That could have been a bad spot or good time for a mortar shot or a rifle grenade. They were all stacked up on one spot for some odd reason.
We are down to 200 points.
You have a second T-34 now out. The Panzer IV is on the build queue. Far away from the Tiger, so it's a good idea not to worry about it at the moment. Oh! Rifle grenade, bundle grenade, plus mortar apparently. Nearly wipe out the shock troop. Oh, 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 oh! Oh! Only hit the one landmine. Where is the Pak-40? Way far out of place in order to gauge it, but the Panzer IV is out in the field. It does have priority or prioritize fire on, so most likely he's going to try to hunt it down. Oscars are now rushing on forward. This T-34 has been fully repaired. Ooh, good shot.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
The sandbags are now fully gone by the T-34. Oh, nice. The T-34 was over here. The Panzer IV tried to go in for the kill, but was unable to find it. Both sides is roll and miss. And we'll go ahead and hop in this building. The M42 will be displaced. We do have a... Huh. That Grenadier squad didn't actually get killed by the flare mine. Got a model loss to it. Interesting.
Enemy forces are securing
Honestly, killed off entire squad and didn't realize it. Well, I don't see any squads missing. He had lost a Grenadier squad earlier, but... looks like he's replaced that.
He is taking our territory.
Panzer IV has received quite a bit of fire. He probably needs to get it repaired up. Perhaps eye for a Stug for a second vehicle. So the player could get a forward HQ or two. Very nice placement of the conscripts, getting the one area where the Grenadiers cannot retaliate. This T-34 damaged by the mine, but no longer, now fully repaired. We do have the conscripts here once again laying down another mine. Very nice. Conscripts do get nice and close, but they sustain quite a bit of damage from the LMG.
We are losing a sector.
So this T-34 has gotten very far forward. Both sides receive a penetrating hit there. Shock Troops does throw out a frag, but does not do all too lot. Just only gets one model, forced him back. This T-34 is out and alive. Grenadiers are forced to fall back, but still maintains his capture point. The austere player is very low on tickets, so he can't really be affording to lose any tickets. He also needs to get out another Pioneer He does have enough fuel for a Stug as well.
We have 100 points remaining.
So this one may have hit a Panzerfaust, I'm assuming. We do have a Stug on the build queue, but he will definitely need another Pioneer squad. He needs the extra repairs. The church has been claimed by the LMG, no, not LMG, HMG. Does not have access to Molotovs, which actually I'm a bit surprised about. You can easily make use of Molotovs, especially at the Veteran C2, where they get instant throws rather than the big wind-up. T-34 will be eyeing to displace this HMG. Panzer IV set up, will get a nice hit onto the conscripts. Panzer Grenadiers are in the area. They, of course, have the combined arms, increases speed and receive accuracy. But it reduces receive accuracy. I don't know why, but that terminology seems a bit weird to me. Not increase received accuracy. It should be reduced target size. Do have a nice hit right there by a nearby Zis. Oh, and rolls a miss, but hits the Stug. One T-34 is down. He is approaching enough fuel for a KV-2. The KV-2 will be a monster for the austere player to deal with. The Stug can be decent versus it, but its heavy armor and high damage makes it very hard to displace. We do have a Panzerfaust there. Still takes two more shots in order to get the kill. Rolls a miss right there. Stug does roll a penetrating hit there. He can move forward and shoot a closer range shot. But he has to be very careful about this mine. It does activate the hold fire stance. And there goes the T-34. Oh, he does not find the mine. Guess the pushing the rubble on top of it helped out. It doesn't. Looks like he's going to force fire, destroy that M42. Oh, just generally good idea. He's not going to make usage for it. Might as well just deny it from his opponent. This Grenadier squad gets wiped. That seemed like almost 100% accurate. This Pack 40 is receiving quite a bit of fire, but the suppression from the MG42 does come through. The mortar half-track does get a nice hit into the suppressed squad. Hands 4 up, rolling around, trying to displace these conscripts. He does not have the Pinto. Interesting enough, he does have plenty of munitions for it. And an AT grenade. Does he? Doesn't have the AT grenade. That is even more shocking than the lack of Molotovs. Do have the KV-2 out, however. The KV-2 was excellent versus infantry. Pack 40 is going to be moving on forward. Let's roll a bounce there. The KV-2 has quite a bit of armor. Let's get a penetrating shot there. Still does roll a miss. Also because of force firing the Pack 40. Got the Zis here, hitting some damage into the Stug. Grenadier take a shot from the KV-2, but didn't do all too much. It was largely a miss. Well, he does have 2 squads of combat engineers, and the other one, well, 3 members, is not coming to repair the KV-2. He could set it up while repairing and get that extremely good range it does have. Does do quite a bit of area damage onto the Grenadier squad right then. I'm sort of surprised he hasn't set up the KV-2. He knows he's only seeing the Panzer IV and Stug. He knows that his opponent is a bit, doesn't have to worry about Panther anytime soon based on the fuel consumption as well as Tiger Tank. I don't think he does know about the mortar half tracks. He probably does know about the Tiger Tank. It could only lead to 2 doctrines for the mortar half track, and the other one includes artillery, which seems it's a bit overlapping, so most people don't go for that. If you not set up, does get a snare there. Does finally apparently research snares. Use Molotovs as well. Ooh, looks like he lost the Zis right there. I'm not sure why it was so far forward. Is he going to try to capture the Zis? He also have a bundle grenade there, so that would deny the Zis. No problem. Look, now 2 source of emergency now gains access to, I think it was increased rate of fire as well as the armored skirts. The armored skirts increases up its armor to a negligible amount. If you have only thing can really potentially bounce on is T-34 shots. I don't think Shermans can bounce shots. You have a Panzer Track upgrade on a new squad of Panzer Grenadiers. We do also have a half track coming on out. Interesting enough, the half track is going to be a flame half track. Don't see that being a possibility. He doesn't have the manpower for forward reinforcements as well. I have no idea. He could escalate the battle phase 3 in order to help save up for a Tiger Tank. So I really don't know what this half track is going to be used for. No, it has not set up the KV-2. Looks like Panzer Grenadier and Grenadier would be starting to make their way forward. The KV-2 would get out a nice shot. Does a significant amount of damage to the Panzer Grenadier. Nice mine there, trying to prevent the flank. Does get a significant hit there. 2 more shots out like that, and that Stug is down. Oh, looks like there is an S-mine field there. Oh, he ate that S-mine field almost entirely. Pioneer going down is actually quite problematic as well. He needs those repairs. At this point, a second Stug wouldn't be a half bad idea. His opponent is getting an Su-85.
Su-85 tank destroyer ready.
Su-85 would be very problematic for the Panzer IV and Stug. They already have to deal with the KV-2. The Panzer IV does not have enough armor penetration to really deal with the KV-2 whatsoever. So perhaps a Stug... The King Tiger is not too far away, but still a good chunk of time. So there's a little bit of S-mines right there. Ooh, so close to that structure going down. And he retreats out. He's trying to get a shot off. Let's hit both vehicles. Interestingly, yeah. Funny enough. Panzer IV over here has been doing a good job warding away any opposition to capture that VP. Over here, this is still well secured in the Austere favor, but that can easily go in either direction. the KV2 just needs to deploy, send up some conscript spot, and you can do some a significant amount of damage. The range is actually huge, allowing him to bombard the AT gun or Stug at his own leisure. Ooh, very good shot there. Su-85 had to roll a miss on the Stug. He may not realize it's there just yet. Now he does. Dude got an airstrike here. Is the fragmentation bomb eyeing for a stun? It is coming down this direction. Most likely the Su-85 may get splashed. No, it will not. Far from it.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
The Austere player is just trying to hold position. He's sending around harassment forces to this VP over here. Doing a good job at it, capturing it quite often. His opponent looks like all of his forces are, except for a little bit of scratch here, are healed and replenished. Going for Katusha, not half bad idea. Just eyeing to displace these support weapons.
300 points stand between us and defeat.
Looks like the Austere player does in fact have Battle Phase 1, because see the, not the arrow, but the lacking cost for the Tiger tank. Conscripts are hurrahing forward. One of them does get suppressed, trying to decrew this pack gun. Does get a massive hit on the Panzer Grenadiers. Will be forced to fall back. Su-85 does get a penetrating hit onto the Stug. Pack 40 is forced to withdraw. Ooh, these Grenadiers, they're in danger. Shock troops are in the air, ripping them apart. Grenadiers are going to fall back in the back window and retreat back, but he may have forgotten about him. Still has not retreat back down to 2 models up there. 1 model. That Grenadier squad does entirely goes down. Panzerschreck's trying to come on flank, but KV2 does get a shot off first, but rolls a large miss. Oh, looks like this 1 model getting bugged around the corner, preventing the other one from firing as well. It can be a bit buggy. And does force withdrawal right there. Though it may go down. There's a lot of conscripts here. Does go down quite easily. District now dropped. Does do a Katusha barrage on top of the Pioneers. The Soviet player, not Soviet, the Austere player has lost a significant amount, but his Tiger tank is now out on the field. Tiger tank can brawl against the KV2. The Su-85 is still alive, ready to support. Look, is severely damaged. Just get a nice penetrating hit right there. Panzer IV does get a nice flanking shot onto the Su-85. Good see an AT grenade there, but not enough to snare it. Oh, really good shot there, doing a significant amount of damage to the combat engineers. S4 has received a hit. The Stug has to be very careful, perhaps use target weak points. No, needs to just retreat back, get some repairs. Katusha is in a very precarious position. Conscripts can get the snare off, no problem. 2 shots away from death, but nothing in the air to pursue it. Tiger tank still very far forward. Nothing in the air to capture this point. No MG, no AT gun. Let's just go forward. The AT grenade is off cooldown, but did not cast it. So the Grenadiers here are in this building. We'll definitely displace the Grenadiers eventually. There's still a bit of S-mines left somewhere. Not sure where. The signs disappear once all the S-mines are detonated. Yeah, right here. There's still 1 S-mine right there.
Conscripts, now you can use Molotovs to burn those bastards.
Looks like Molotovs have been researched. Grenadiers are receiving the Katusha barrage. Does withdraw from the back. One stray rocket nearly wiped them though. EV2 fully repaired. SU-85 still 2 shots down. Does fire right there, but rolls a large miss. Pack 40 will retaliate, but rolls a bounce. The Austrian player needs another engineer squad, another pioneer. He has had pathetic repair rates for majority of this game. Pack 40 we're seeing quite a bit of damage. Shock's Duke is suppressed by the MG42 and does get decrewed there by the KV2. Does throw out smoke right now. I think he's forced fire to ground knowing the MG was there. Tiger tank not fully repaired, but good enough. He needs to send his pioneers back, get some repairs, replenishment. Was a bounce there. Su-85 does penetrate right there. Needs increased penetration, so it's highly unlikely the Su-85 will bounce against the Tiger tank now. We got a reconnaissance overflight. I do like to see that. Vision is always nice to have. Conscripts at the long range should be able to displace these Panzer Grenadiers no issue. MG42 is highly likely to be wiped, potentially in the next shot. Both sides penetrate, but the higher damage the KV2 will come in quite handy in engagement between them. Ooh, severely wounded now. Next force fire ground hit will probably wipe out these 3 models. Oh, gets the model way over there as well, destroying the entire gun. Conscripts now securing up this point. The Arch 2 player is at 60, but his opponent's now just down to 80. Stroke now 3 stars of efficiency, gets the increased rate of fire even more. Lots of rate of fire. Nice hit there by the Tiger tank. Looks like he got a decrewed weapon team, that's why he ran out that direction. I don't know. We do got Katusha barrage. This is going to be a deadly spot. It rolls a miss in the first salvo. Only some damage on the 251 to be anything to note there. As far as still secure, keeping this area secure with that damaged engine we saw a long time ago. Hasn't been able to get over there to repair it up. Ooh, that was a good hit there. Tiger tank eyeing to help secure this point. Still no pinto mount on this unit. I'm sort of surprised about that. Let's get a snare there by the conscripts. Su-85 is getting some nice side armor and rear armor hits. Ooh, nice flare. Now that flare does provide vision of where the Tiger tank is. The Su-85 force fires the ground, does get a hit over the fence. Still trying to respond to the Su-85. Very close range. Does get 2 nice hits right there. Su-85 does get a hit in return, does use target weak points, but the target weak point does reduce his damage. Does get a blind there. Does kill the Katusha, but gets abandoned. And losing that Vet 3 Stug is a huge problem. Abandoned vehicle should just be removed from the game. Grenadiers behind the heavy cover will keep these conscripts at bay for quite some time, but losing that 1 model to the flare has been quite important. KV2 coming over to respond. Tiger tank has still not been repaired up. Panzer Grenadiers are just need to retreat back. He cannot lose them whatsoever. He is rebooting the Stug. Perhaps maybe a large... Oh, nice mine. Saw that mine a long time ago. We do have a fragmentation bomb being called on in. On top of the KV2. Does get a snare. Main gun destroyed. He's trying to use the the Katusha hit. Not the Katusha, the SU-85 hit. The higher accuracy, that range, he won't be able to roll a miss and accidentally hit the Katusha. Oh, this is the squad that picked up that Panzerschreck. It seems a bit interesting. You see the MG42 tracer as well as the rocket itself. Either way, this is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.